Right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you happen to be watching this. My name's Rob, for those of you who don't know me. I'm one of the live educators in the Ninja Group, and it is my absolute honor and pleasure and privilege to be talking today to Mrs. C, as I like to refer to her as.
Hello.
Hello. So what do you find that's really good about the Ninja Forex traders and what we do?
Oh, where do I start? It is like basically like our family, isn't it? We've all been kind of together for sort of four years. And I think when it comes to something like trading, if you have not got that support group and that kind of friends and family around you who are in the same sort of boat as you, trading can be incredibly lonely. And I think if I was doing it without the Ninja team, I would have really struggled to stick with it, to be honest, because we all know that, you come in, you learn trading, you make some stupid mistakes when you first start, you get too big for your boots, think you're unstoppable, then you get margin called, and then that big account that you built up is like gone, and you're just like, oh my God, what's happening? And if you were just trading by yourself and you went on that roller coaster by yourself, I think you would just go, this is just not for me. I can't do this. But the fact that we have got a team that have all been through this roller coaster, we've all been, in a situation where we've made a silly mistake or we haven't really understood something properly and we think we know everything and we don't. And then to have somebody to bounce off of and say, I've just looked at this chart and I think this is going to do that. And for somebody to go, you didn't see that. Look what's coming. And you go, oh my God, no, I didn't see that, and to have that with our live trading sessions and just the Discord group and, the trade ideas that come out, it kind of really gives you that sense of, it's almost like, a hug. It's like, it's okay. That one's going to be okay. Whereas you do it on your own, you've only got your own confidence and your own sort of the way you see things. And you don't always see everything that you need to see. So to trade as a group, I just think, that since the live trading session started, that's been so helpful because we all get days where we just think, I can't do this. I've had, a run of bad weeks and I just think, what am I doing? And you get on one of those live sessions and it brings you back again, and it's like, you can do this, you just had a bad patch, it's fine. So yeah, and it works for me. I've found a style which suits me, suits my lifestyle. And thank you to you and your scalping strategy and the fact that you showed me how amazing GA was, Great British Pound Australian Dollar, how it moves. Before I was quite a Great British Pound Japanese Yen fan, but it used to kick me in the butt really bad sometimes. It would really hurt. So, and I thought, well, there's something about the GA one that I like the way it moves. And when I looked at it, it's kind of a little bit, it's not as aggressive as GJ, and it suits me. And I think you're right when you say if you just follow one pair, you do get to know it, and you do get to know when it's been naughty, and you think, oh, I'm staying out of that one. That's not playing ball today. I'm not getting involved in that one today. So yeah, I found a style. It's kind of a combination of lots of things that the Ninja Group have done, but actually I've kind of sort of molded it into something that works just for me. And I think that is where the secret is with trading, is to find something that actually works for not only your mental state, do you like being in trades for a long time, a short time, that sort of thing, but what works for your lifestyle, when you can get on the charts, when you can physically trade yourselves. And I think you need to go through that roller coaster to learn and home in on one thing that works for you. And I found something that does work around my lifestyle. And yeah, that's what I was going to talk to you about. It's literally how I trade around the lifestyle that I've got and how it works for me, and just to see if anybody else out there has got the same sort of lifestyle and it might work for them too. So
that's the thing, isn't it? The session is, how you trade on the go. Obviously you're a mum to two fantastic children and a wife to a husband with a beard, and we shall leave a very busy bearded man, a very lovely busy bearded man, and so as a mum, obviously we want to help other mums understand that it is possible to do this as well. So your typical day would consist of getting the kids up, get breakfast, I don't know, you walk me through it.
Okay, well, my alarm goes off about 5:30, and actually to wake myself up, oh, this is bad, I pick up my phone next to my bed and I'll open up the charts and I'll start looking to see what the pair's done overnight. And I'll sort of have a look around TradingView. I'll check out ForexFactory.com to see what news is coming up for that particular day. And I'll get myself kind of familiar with what's happening with that pair, where it's been, what it's been doing, where I think it's going to go that day. And sometimes even in bed at that time in the morning, I'll go, well, that's set up like a really good, you know, if I can get my picks before I even get out of bed, that's like lovely to me. And I'll look onto Discord as well and see like what maybe Brian's dropped in overnight because he's in Australia. And so I try and just, you know, I get familiar with what's going on. And then eventually get up and I have to do the lunches for the kids and the husband and, you know, brush the beard and all that kind of stuff that, yeah, you do as a busy wife. Right, not my beard. My beard. My husband's bushy beard. Right? Oh, I've gone down a rabbit hole there. Right, and then I get up and I sort of, I can't come back from that, can I? I sort my kids out. I get them ready for school, and my phone is always next to me with this chart up. I prop it up. I've got like a cookbook stand. It's never been used for a cookbook, right? It's got my phone on it right, in the kitchen, so I can keep an eye on that pair. And what I do is when I have got some time to go into the office, I go onto my charts and I go onto the harmonic scanner, and anything that happens with that pair GA, I'll draw it onto my scan. I'll draw the scan onto my trading view, so I know with the trading system that we use where this pair is likely to go. It's going to head for a median line, it's going to bounce off of pitchfork lines. I know all that stuff, it's all drawn on my chart ready, so all those lines are there for me to watch. And then I do it off of my phone. Once I've drawn those lines on my computer, and it's there on my phone, because you can actually download the TradingView app onto your phone. And you can actually go onto the harmonic scanner from your phone. IM Academy have got their own, you know, app as well. You've got Forex Factory on your phone. There's no reason why, once you've drawn everything up, you can't just then look at your phone all day. And then I'd say my two key things that I look at when I take a trade is the Educator. The Educator has been amazing. I do wait for those ninja up, ninja downs. I wait for my stochastics to be in the extreme on a pair. I know where it's going to be heading for because I've looked at that in the morning, and then I just wait for those setups. Now, I tend to use your 35 pip lines a lot. They are kind of like my zones, right? So I will trade inside those 35 pip lines that you drew, and they're my zone. So if the price goes and hits one of those lines, I either wait for it to break or whether it's going to bounce off it again. If it bounces, then I'll get in and I'll wait for a ninja down and I'll just take 10 pips, right? If it breaks, then I'll wait for it to retest that 30 pip line and I'll get in for a sell, I'll get in for a buy, and I'll take it up for 10 pips. So I use the pitchfork lines that are on there, and I use my 35 pip lines that are on there, and I literally wait for the Educator. Now, so far, since I've been doing this, because all of those elements have lined up and I know where it's heading, I can pretty much guarantee that I can get my 10 pips every day, as long as I'm not missing something or I've overestimated what this pair is going to be doing or anything like that. This morning, I actually got stopped out on a trade. Right. I wasn't looking properly. I know that I wasn't looking properly. I was distracted by the kids, and I saw something and I didn't look at it properly. And actually, I got in for a sell on GA, and it had actually broken that 35 pip line, and the Educator said come down. But what it was doing was retesting to bounce back up again. Yeah. And as soon as I saw what had happened, I quickly stopped it. So I lost 10 pips, right? I only lost 10 because I could see what I'd done wrong and why it was going. So I never let them, when I can see that they've gone against what I thought, I will stop them. Okay, I am kind of my own stop loss, but I will put a emergency stop loss above the next 35 pip line or the next pitchfork line, whatever's the more relevant stop. Yeah. Okay, but if I know that I've messed up, and then I will just stop it and say, right, I'll wait now. I'll just stop that. That's enough. I'll wait until that's followed through with whatever it's doing. So that is how I kind of trade on the go. And I don't know why, but most of the trade setups seem to happen between like 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. on that particular pair. So I seem to be able to get most of my pips done before my day really even starts.
Yeah.
I don't know why, it seems to move quite well that time of the day. If like now, so I got stopped out this morning, so I'm very cautious of it at the moment. I'm like, it seems to be going up and up and up, and I'm like, well, I wasn't expecting it to do that so much. So I'm just gonna watch now, but I'm gonna probably get back in later if the right situation comes up, you know, just to break even today. But another thing that I kind of have learned the hard way is I don't tend to like, I tend to take the hit now, whereas before I was too proud and I was like, I'm not taking a loss, I'm not taking a loss, I'm just, it will turn, and there's been far too many times when I've said it will turn and it hasn't turned.
Yeah.
And it's got so frighteningly scary that I'm like, this, I can't think, I can't, you know, I'll snap at the kids. It's like, you know, PMT in the traders world. It's like everything is like, oh, like, you know, don't talk to me, like, you know, I'm in drawdown and I know that I've made a mistake. I should have stopped this trade a long time ago. And I've been in situations like that before where I'm a horrible person and you wouldn't want to be near me when I'm in drawdown. It's horrible, which is why
possibly imagine that.
which is why I love getting my 10 pips and getting out, because I don't like to be, you know, in a situation where I feel out of control. So to go for 10 pips is perfect for me.
Well, I was about to say, because you mentioned about just going for 10 pips, there'll probably be some people watching this who may not actually understand what pips are, and there'll be others who do understand what pips are and say, well, why only 10 pips? Why not let it run and grab loads and loads and loads? But actually, I think the way that you are trading and grabbing your 10 pips and building your trading pot up is fantastic, because you know, for you to be able to do that early on in the day, carry on with the day as normal, you've bagged your 10 pips, don't have to worry. And I've seen your posts where you've bagged 10 pips whilst shopping, or you've been doing whatever household chores. You know, that is something that I think a lot of people could relate to, and you don't have the stress or panic or whatever it is about, oh, you know, we've got to wait for this to go for 20, 30, 40, 50 pips, 100 pips or whatever it is. 10 pips, that's all you need to do.
That's it, and I'm out, sort of thing. But the thing is, because the Educator is so good, you can set up alerts on TradingView. So I actually get the alerts on my phone. So whatever I'm doing, if I'm waiting for a particular setup and that alert goes off, no matter where I am, if I'm at the school gates, if I'm in the supermarket, if, you know, I've got my head in the washing machine trying to, you know, sort the washing out, if my phone goes, my phone is pretty much attached to me. I might as well just put an elastic band around my head. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty much there all the time. If my alert goes, I would look and go, right, that's what I've been waiting for. That's, you know, I haven't been sat in front of the charts waiting and staring. It's like, no, that's what I've been waiting for. And the Educator has told me it's ready. So I'll go and have another look and I'll go, right, is it ready? Like, let's just make sure, where's the 35 pip lines? Where's the pitchfork lines? Where's the trend lines that I've drawn on? Where's the support and resistance? Is it actually ready? And if all those things kind of line up and the stochastics in the extreme, I'm like, right, yeah, I can get 10 out of this, because I know the blue MA is, and that's kind of my target. Right, there's 10 pips there. I'm in. Do you know what I mean? I'm in there like swimwear, as old mate used to say, right? And then I'll just get my 10 pips, and then I'll put my emergency stop loss above the 35 pip line, or above the trend line, or above the pitchfork line, whichever's the nearest kind of major support level. So I know if it breaks that, then it's gone the wrong way. And then I'll watch it. But if it does start to turn, like I said, I'll just go, oh, no.
Yeah.
But no, most of the time, if all of my confirmations line up, I can pretty much just bag my 10 pips without it going the wrong way. It kind of it moves so nicely. It will do 10 pips like effortlessly really well, which is why I love that pair as well. So that's kind of what I do. And it's all down to alerts on my phone, and just having that Educator alert, and, you know, just having it to go off wherever. You don't have to be I mean, I come in my office every now and then just to look at the overall bigger picture. And the other thing I really love is in our Discord group, we've got a private chat called Discord. There's a guy called David Hoff who is a computer whiz, and he is literally set up on there. So if the harmonic scanner sends out a new scan, we'll get an alert on our phones on Discord to say GA has just had a new scan. And if I keep checking those to see, And if GA sent out a new scan, then my next available opportunity, I'll go in the office and I'll draw that scan onto my chart so that I've got those lines ready to go. And that's what I do. I've got so much going on in my world. I've got lists for everything with the kids, what's going on, you know, everything that needs to be done. So, oh, power's going. It's really stormy here. Oh my God. I've got lists for everything. So to concentrate on just one pair, that has really simplified my trading. Whereas before, I kind of was looking at everything, and you can't understand or know how a pair moves if you're looking at every pair. It's always going to be a little bit of the unknown. You know, you're not really going to be able to tell what it's going to do. And I just think the power of one pair, 10 pips a day, people dismiss it because it seems too simple. It's like, surely you can't just look at one pair. You're missing out on opportunities for all these other pairs. You could get hundreds of pips on this other pair, this big move. I'm like, I don't want that in my life. Is anybody there? The spirits are coming through now. Look.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, and I do it in amongst my ghost hunting as well. So there you go.
Yeah, so see. But you're absolutely right. I think a lot of people will also relate to trading forex. You know, they see stuff on TV and there's like loads and loads of screens and everyone's sort of looking at all these different stuff. You don't actually need that. You don't need that setup. I mean, you can get that all set up if you want to, but actually just to do what you're doing on the go, you don't need a million screens to be looking at lots of different currency pairs. Just stick to one currency pair and get your 10 pips and job done.
I think so. And some people, I feel that they don't take what I'm doing very seriously, because I'm a bit of a joker anyway, and I always sort of make these silly posts and stuff like that. But actually, the power of being able to go into a market and grab 10 pips a day and compound your account, you know, that 10 pips is, you know, it's a percentage that will compound my account every day. Now, when people are going for, say, 300 pips on a particular move, they could be going for like a 3% growth in their account on that 300 pips, right? So they've grown their account 3% by going for 300 pips. Because I'm so certain of my 10 pips, I can grow my account by 3% if that's what I set it at, in a matter of 15 minutes. Done, out, gone, right? That's it. That's the thing. And, you know, people say to me, oh, well, your risk management must be really bad because, you know, if you're only going for 10 pips, if it goes the wrong way, how long do you leave it for? Well, once I'm in it, I'm a little bit like, whoa, I don't take my eyes off it. Do you know what I mean? I'm a little bit like that, you know, wherever I am. If I'm in, I will literally, if I'm on the go and I can't watch it physically and I've got in, I will set that stop loss, But the most I've ever kind of lost is going to be that 35 pip gap is going to be the most, or the nearest trend line or whatever it's going to be. And that is my emergency cutoff. But because everything is lined up so perfectly, the time it actually hits the stop loss is kind of minimal. It doesn't happen very often. And I'm still growing my account every day. You know, it's just the amount of wins far outweighs any time that it's ever hit a stop or, you know, it's taken me out. So it, you know, I'm not saying I get it perfect all the time. And like this morning, I got stopped out for 10 pips. So I'm, 10 pips behind today, but I'm not worried because I knew what I did. And, that's the half the battle is if you know why you turned and went the wrong way, you can go, well, that was my stupidity, not looking at everything. I was impatient and I took something without really looking at it. But you learn from that, especially when you're just doing one pair. You can see when you look back and go, oh, well, I didn't see that. That's why that turned up. That stupid cow. Do you know what I mean? That's like that. Why did you do that for? And so I just think that people really do underestimate the power of being able to just mastering getting 10 pips. Just master that skill. And with what you do, because you're so much more advanced that you can stack those. Do you know what I mean? And you get the more pips out of it doing that way. I did try that and I was working for a couple of weeks and oh my God, I stacked a lot of pairs and I didn't have my stop loss properly in place and it turned on me. And then suddenly, not only have you got that one, you've got that one, that one. And then I just went, I said, no, that my ticker can't take that. I said, I can't do that. That's not for me. So I went back to just my 10 and I'm only ever in one trade at a time. Only ever one trade. I don't, if I'm in one trade and I don't ever stack another one on top of that until that one's completely finished, or I only ever have one trade open at any one time. And I really do, I've broken it down so that it's so simple. It's 10 pips, it's one trade at a time, it's one pair, it's an indicator, it's the stochastic, and it works for me because I don't really have to think too much about it now, because I've been in it for so long. It's become a habit. I've kind of mastered the mundane, and people be, oh, it's a bit boring. I'm like, yeah, but 3% a day ain't that boring, really. It's not too bad.
That's not to be sniffed at, and also, and it gives you the rest of your day to do whatever stuff you need to do. So no, I think it's great. And also, there are going to be times where you do have a bit more time, very, very seldom, I'm sure, but a little bit more time, and there may be another opportunity. So 10 pips in the morning, you grab another 10 pips later on in the day.
I mean, it's the perfect setup. It presents itself to me, then I'll go in. I don't trade after about 5 o'clock though. I don't like it, because they seem to just kind of go sideways and they don't seem to do anything, and they're just stuck in it overnight. Sometimes I'm like, I can't deal with that. So I tend not to do anything after that sort of time anyway. And that's madness anyway. That's dinners and school runs and all sorts. So I tend not to bother with that. But yeah, no, that's kind of what I do. And it's just using the Ninja trading system, but you can't just sort of come in and learn the Ninja trading system and then think that you've cracked it. I mean, this is 4 years of experience of being kicked in the arse, of being accounts being blown, of margin calls, of trying everything until I found something that works for me. And I think anybody's got to be prepared to go through the journey of that to find what works for them. And if you're not prepared to go through that journey, then maybe trading isn't for you. It's a massive skill that you need to learn. And it's just all comes down to experience. And I think just singling out one pair, it's going to half that experience. That's going to make it a lot easier to do.
It does. I mean, I know a lot of the people have said to me in the past, why are you just focusing on one pair? And we've already talked through it, so I'm not going to go through it loads and loads. But the whole, but you're missing out on these moves, on these pairs, and all that sort of thing, which I know you've talked about already. But actually, just focusing on one pair, you don't need. For me, if I go and look at another currency pair, like this morning we did a live session, and we looked at New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, we looked at euro, US dollar, we looked at numbers of pairs. But because I'm so sort of pound Australian dollar, I have to really sort of step back a bit and sort of try and adjust to everything else, because I know where price normally is or around on pound Australian dollar. If I'm looking at a Japanese yen related pair and that price is presented differently, I think, oh, I need to now mark out all my levels of support and resistance again, and I've got to do everything all over again from scratch. Whereas actually, pound Australian dollar, it works.
I know. I think it's because I've just been on that pair for so long, because my chart is all marked up perfectly. I've got my lines on there. I've got any sort of trend line. I've got like 4 or 5 harmonic scans from previous times that are still on there. So all of those lines are significant, and that chart is like that's all I need. That one chart, a GA, that's all marked up. That's all I need, because I know where all these lines are, and I've got color coded lines. It works exactly so that I can just visually look at it, and it's like, right, I know what's going on there.
Yeah.
And that's really, really, but you have to go through the academy. You have to learn about trend lines. You have to learn about support and resistance. You have to learn about all these kind of moving averages and why they do what they do.
Yeah.
So that you can understand why, a candle's moving the way it does. It's an incredible journey. And for me to stick to anything for 4 years is bloody amazing anyway, because I get bored so easily. But this is constantly challenging me. It's constantly tapping into my brain. The one reason I want you to do it is because when you've had kids, it's like your brain turns to mush and you just sit there singing Peppa Pig over and over again. You just think, I just can't, my brain, how can I even focus on anything? And for this is something that is just for me. It's like the kids are out of the room and I can come in and I can learn a skill. And the facts that you can, once you master this, you could earn as much money as like a surgeon or a pilot or a rock star. You can do that just from really, really focusing and learning this skill. The opportunities that are opening up to you once you learn this is like something that probably wouldn't have been presented to me in any other way.
Yeah.
And it's quite cool as well. And then we say, people say, "Oh, what do you do?" "Oh, I'm a Forex trader." Like, it's quite cool. And I'm like, you know, I'm down to school, like all the mums and like, you know, do whatever they do. And it's like, "What do you do?" "Oh, I'm a Forex trader." You know, it's quite cool. So I like that. I do like that. That is a really cool thing to have. So I just think anybody that's looking at this, you know, for an amazing opportunity to go on an incredible journey that could set you financially free, and offer you so many opportunities in life, you know, financially, is just wow. Stick with this. You know, you're going to get days when it's hard. You're going to get days where you feel like you want to quit. You're going to get days where you think like, what am I doing? But then you're going to get days like, wow, I've just made that money that's paid for my entire shopping in 5 minutes. It's like, the power of this is incredible. I love it when on a Friday when I get my 10 pips before I go out, and I'm like, well, that's paid for the shopping. You know what I mean? It's like little things like that, and you relate it to things. And it took me 5 minutes before I've got out of bed that morning to pay for the shopping, and it's like, this is just fantastic. What a fantastic thing to learn. And if I can do it, I'm just, I don't understand maths at all. I really did not pass anything at school. I'm absolutely useless. So if I can do this and be able to master this, then anybody can literally do it if they are focused and they stick with it. But they've got to understand that it's a journey, and you're going to go through it. And I can imagine you've been through it. You've been up and down on that journey a lot of time, but you're there. You're still there. Yeah. And that's a testament to people that are going to make it. It's the fact that you're still there. You can see the power of it, and you know that you can do it. And it's like,
well, this is the thing, is I know we say it a number of times, you know, once you've just said, once you've mastered it, that skill is like any other skill that you can just carry on using for the rest of your life, because you know, once you have this ability to, so look at me get all animated with my hands and everything, but this is the one thing that I have a passion for, because once you can actually understand that you can make money from this, not necessarily on demand, but you can consistently make money from it, and you can continue to do so for days and months and weeks and years in the future, and that money that you can build up will just give you choices. It's all about choices and giving, you know, you have young children, and giving them choices and opportunities, giving your husband a break, bless him, because you know,
because he loves so much what he does. It's like, I keep saying to him, like, you know, he's like, "Oh, but I'd be bored. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I know I wouldn't be bored. I'd be quite happy. I would break from it all. But you know, there are people like that just can't sit still. They need to keep busy and all that sort of thing. So no, I fully appreciate it. But honestly, the whole journey is amazing. And the reason this is an honor and a pleasure and a privilege is because it was down to you that I got involved in this in the first place.
Yeah, you saw me on my old phone, didn't you? Flicking around. So I've always been on my phone.
But so that was the thing. It was the whole you know, here's some trade details, just copying that from one app and putting it into another app on your phone. And whereas now, where we've kind of, I don't know, we've just developed and progressed and moved things forward, and with all the live trading sessions, with, as you've already mentioned, the Discord channel, you know, all of the stuff that we've got going on, it's just brilliant.
Yeah, the live sessions are excellent, and I'll tell you why. They get me through my ironing sessions really well. I watch all the recordings while I'm doing my ironing, or I'm doing something really mundane, and while I'm doing my household stuff, I'm still learning. So, you know, that's the great thing about our ninja team as well. It's like they're always there for you. There's always going to be somebody that can answer a question or help, and the Q&A with Brian is brilliant. You know, I'm not technical at all, so if something goes wrong with my computer with regards to a scanner or something, I can say, "Brian, help!" And you know, everybody's there, and it's fantastic. That's why, even though I mastered this skill, I'd never leave, because I love the ninja team. You know, this is our, you know, it's like a workplace, isn't it? You've got your workmates, and it's like, it's brilliant. When we all got together in London, that was just fantastic, you know. And it's, why would you want to just sit on your own in your house when you've got a team of people that you can go on that journey with? So,
well, that brings me back to another point of, I think something I wrote ages ago about, you know, I didn't join this group to make friends, and I can't remember what else I put, but actually it's been a sort of byproduct of this that I've ended up making quite a lot of friends. Some of them I've met, as you just said, in London. Some I haven't met, but because they're always on the live sessions, there's a bit of banter. There's a bit of leg pulling and Mickey taking and all that sort of thing. But it's just it's good fun. Anyway, I'm going on about how brilliant it is, but actually it's just brilliant.
It really is.
So
yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Basically, I'm just addicted to my phone. So it's a bad thing, really. Maybe I should have some therapy, but maybe I can afford it now. Getting my 10 minutes. But yeah, you can do it all off your phone, and you can do it around your lifestyle. So whether you're working or whatever you're doing, there's always time to sit on the loo during a lunch break and trade. So
yes,
it's a great place to trade from as well, because you won't be disturbed.
Peace and quiet, yeah.
So yeah, when you say on the go, that's well, you can trade anywhere, so it's fine.
Fantastic. Well, I think we've covered pretty much everything about being a busy mum, trading on the go, doing it from anywhere, on the go, and what actually brilliant community we've got. I've said brilliant again. I feel like that guy off the Fast Show, but I know there's going to be people watching this who haven't necessarily watched the Fast Show, or either too young or from a different country. So apologies. So there we go. Let's wrap that up there. Sarah, I'd like to thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
And for talking us through what you do, how you do it, around everything else a busy mum and housewife does. So
yeah, anyone can do this.
There we go. Anyone can do it.
Thanks, Rob.
Thank you very much. I shall see you later.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.